Hey, Hydrohaven family! Are you tired of waiting endlessly for your plants to produce the abundant harvests you've been dreaming of? Well, I've got a game-changing solution that will transform your garden's productivity almost overnight. Today, I'm sharing my secret weapon for explosive fruit production, a supercharged compost tea that acts like a natural steroid for your plants. This isn't your average fertilizer. It's a concentrated brew of everything your fruiting plants are desperately craving. Let's dive right into how you can create this miracle elixir in your own backyard. Before we mix our magic potion, let's quickly understand why this works so well. Plants need specific nutrients to trigger and sustain fruit production. When they're lacking these key elements, they'll focus on foliage growth or simply stall out entirely. Our specialized compost tea delivers these nutrients in a form that's immediately available to plants, while simultaneously introducing beneficial microorganisms that improve soil health. This creates a perfect environment for maximum fruiting. It's like giving your plants both a hearty meal and a beneficial gut flora transplant at the same time. Start with 5 gallons of non-chlorinated water in a large bucket. If you're using tap water, let it sit for 24 to 48 hours to allow the chlorine to evaporate, as chlorine will kill the beneficial microbes we're trying to cultivate. Next, add 2 cups of high-quality, well-aged compost, the dark, earthy-smelling stuff that's fully broken down. Place this compost in a mesh bag or old pillowcase to create a giant tea bag that will make straining easier later. Submerge this in your water and prepare for the brewing process. For optimal results, aerate your brew. While commercial aerators are available, a simple aquarium pump works perfectly. The bubbling action incorporates oxygen, which encourages aerobic bacteria, the good kind that your plants love. Without aeration, your tea may develop anaerobic bacteria, which can actually harm plants. If you don't have a pump, manually stir the mixture vigorously for a few minutes several times a day throughout the brewing period. Now here's where we take this from good to extraordinary. Add 1 cup of well-crushed, dried banana peels to your brew. They're packed with potassium, the essential nutrient that triggers flowering and fruit development. Next, incorporate half a cup of crushed eggshells, which provide calcium that prevents blossom end rot and strengthens cell walls for better fruit quality. Finally, and this is my special touch, add 2 tablespoons of unsulfured blackstrap molasses. This isn't just any sweetener, it's packed with trace minerals and acts as food for beneficial microorganisms, causing them to multiply exponentially during the brewing process. For plants that are heavy feeders or showing signs of magnesium deficiency, often indicated by yellowing leaves with green veins, add a tablespoon of Epsom salts. This addition works wonders for tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants in particular. If you're growing berries or acid-loving fruits, a 1/4 cup of coffee grounds will provide a gentle acidic boost that these plants crave, along with additional nitrogen for leaf development that supports fruit production. Allow your supercharged mixture to steep for 24 to 36 hours at room temperature, out of direct sunlight. This is the sweet spot for brewing, long enough to extract nutrients and allow beneficial microbes to multiply, but not so long that harmful anaerobic bacteria take over. The mixture should develop a pleasant, earthy smell, similar to forest soil after rain. If it starts smelling strongly sour or rotten, it's gone too far and should be discarded. When brewing is complete, remove the compost bag and squeeze out the excess liquid back into your bucket. The remaining solids can go straight into your garden or compost pile. Nothing goes to waste. Strain the liquid through a fine mesh sieve or cheesecloth to remove any remaining particles that could clog spray nozzles or drip systems. This concentrated brew needs to be diluted before application. For most fruiting plants, mix 1 part compost tea with 10 parts water, creating a light amber-colored solution. For young plants or seedlings, dilute even further, 1 part tea to 15 parts water. This more diluted solution prevents overwhelming tender roots with nutrients. The application timing is crucial for maximum fruit production. Apply your compost tea when plants are just beginning to flower, as this is when they're deciding how much energy to devote to fruit production. A second application when fruits are just beginning to form will provide the nutrients needed for size and sweetness development. For continuous producers like tomatoes or peppers, apply every 2 weeks throughout the fruiting season. Water plants normally first, then apply the compost tea directly to the soil around the plant's drip line. That's the area directly below the outer reaches of the foliage where active roots are concentrated. A gallon of diluted solution treats approximately 10 to 12 square feet of garden space. For an extra boost, use some as a foliar spray in the early morning, creating a fine mist on the undersides of leaves where absorption is greatest. If your plants aren't responding as expected, you might need to adjust your approach. Are your fruits still small or few in number? Your plants may need more potassium. Double the banana peel content in your next batch. Are leaves yellowing while fruits develop? This indicates nitrogen deficiency as the plant channels all available resources to fruit production. Add a cup of alfalfa meal to your next brew. Fruits cracking or showing blossom, end rot. Increase the calcium by adding more crushed eggshells. Remember that different plants have different nutrient needs. Fruiting vegetables like tomatoes, peppers, and squash will respond dramatically to this treatment, often doubling production. Tree fruits might take longer to show results but will develop sweeter, larger fruits with regular application. Freshly brewed compost tea contains living microorganisms and should ideally be used within 4 to 6 hours of straining for maximum benefit. However, you can store unused portions in a sealed container for up to a week, though the microbial benefits will diminish over time. The nutrient content remains relatively stable, so even older tea provides feeding benefits to your plants. For continuous garden support, stagger your brewing schedule to ensure fresh tea is always available during critical growing periods. A simple notebook tracking application dates and plant responses will help you refine your technique and timing for even better results next season. If you've been struggling to get the abundant harvests you know your garden is capable of, this supercharged compost tea could be the missing piece of your gardening puzzle. Give it a try this season, and I guarantee you'll be amazed at the results. Remember to subscribe to Hydrohaven for more game-changing garden tips, and share this video with fellow gardeners who could use a fruit production boost. Drop a comment below with your results. I'd love to see before and after photos of your fruiting explosion. Happy brewing, and here's to gardens overflowing with delicious homegrown fruits.